Hello, I'm Krishna Raghavendran, and in this tutorial of MIT App Inventor, we are going to see how to create a Rubik's Cube app using MIT App Inventor. So let me show you how this works. Now you can see the 3D model of a Rubik's Cube. So before I start solving it, I need to shuffle it. So I'll click on Shuffle Cube button, and now you can see that it is shuffled. When I click again, you can see that it is getting shuffled. Now I can start solving it. Now you can see that I'm able to move it by just dragging the cube, and if I go over here and move, you can see I'm able to rotate it also. So like this you'll be able to solve it in 3D in your mobile. Now after solving it, you can see that it shows you solved the cube like this. If you are new to my channel is all about creating your own mobile apps free and easily using a tool called MIT App Inventor, which is block-based coding and easy. So if you want to create fantastic mobile apps, start now by clicking the red subscribe button and the bell icon. First, we are going to download an extension called Rubiks Cube Extension. So I'm going to give this link in the description below so that you can download it. Now if I scroll down, now you will be able to see all the information about the blocks, and if you scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see the AIX file download link. As you can see, this is the AIX file. So you just need to click on this link to download it. And now you can see that it is being downloaded. Now after downloading the extension, we are going to import it into the project in MIT App Inventor. So scroll down and go to extension and click on import extension. Now click on choose file, and you need to choose it from your computer in the downloads folder. Make sure you choose the AIX file like this and click on import. Now you can see that the extension is being imported. Now I'll just drag it in over here to the components, and now you can see that the extension is over here. Next, for this we need a layout. So as you can see, I'll show you in the block section. You'll be able to see that to set up the Rubik's Cube we need a layout. So you can either use a horizontal or a vertical arrangement. So let's go to layout. I'm going to bring in the vertical arrangement like this. Next, I'll put the height and width of this to be fill parent so that it occupies the whole screen, whole height and width of the mobile like this. Next, we are going to bring in a button called Shuffle Cube. So this will shuffle the cube as I showed you in the demo. Now I'm going to make this to be at the center of the screen. So I'll click on the screen 1, and I'm going to change the align horizontal to be center like this. Next, let me change the text of this button to be Shuffle Cube. Now I'm going to make it to be bold like this. Now let's go to the block section. So first let's go to screen 1, and we are going to bring in this block when screen1.initialize. This means that whenever the app is starting or loading or opening, what we need to do is we need to show the Rubik's Cube in this arrangement or in this layout. So for that, let's go to the Rubik's Cube extension, and you'll be able to see a block called Rubik's Cube 1.setup Rubik's Cube, and then you'll also be able to put the layout like that. I'll bring it over here, and now the layout is going to be vertical arrangement 1. So you can also use a horizontal arrangement. Now let's click on vertical arrangement, and you just need to bring in the last block over here like this. So now as you can see, we have shown the Rubik's Cube in this layout, vertical arrangement 1. Now we also need to make this editable so that the user will be able to edit it by turning it or doing whatever they want in the Rubik's Cube. So for that, let's go to the Rubik's Cube, and you can see there's a block called set Rubik's Cube 1.set editable 2. This means that whether the user will be able to edit it or not, turn it or not. So for that, let's go to the logic, and if you put false, the user will not be able to turn the Rubik's Cube or do anything with it. Be able to see only the 3D model of it. Now I'm going to put true because we want the user to solve the Rubik's Cube like this. Next, let us do the blocks for the Shuffle Cube button, which will shuffle the cube. So now what we will do is let's go to the Rubik's Cube extension like this. So first, when button 1 is clicked, button 1 is the Shuffle Cube button, we need to generate random moves so that it will get shuffled. So you'll be able to see a block called set move sequence, called Rubik's Cube 1.set move sequence. What this will do is this will generate a sequence which can be moved. For example, you can move a Rubik's Cube using this block. Now we are going to generate random moves so that it will get shuffled. So for that, we are going to use this block called Rubik's Cube 1.generate random moves. Next, you can also enter the number of moves over here. I'm going to put the number of moves to be 25. So the higher the number you put over here, the more it will get shuffled, the number of moves. Now after you do that, you need to apply the move sequence. Now it is set move sequence. To apply it, let's go over here and we are going to bring in this block called Rubik's Cube 1.apply move sequence. Now when button 1 is clicked, it will get shuffled. After the cube is solved, it needs to notify the user that it is being solved. So for that, we are going to use the notifier component. So let's bring it in like this. And now in the block section, let's go to this extension and we are going to bring in this event when Rubik's Cube 1.cube solved, which means that the cube is solved. So after it is solved, we are going to show a notification. So let's bring in this show alert block, and then the notice is going to be Rubik's Cube is solved or anything you want. So I'll put cube is solved. Now let us test the app and let's see if it is working. Here you can see the app. So what I'm going to do is I'll just rotate it like this and you can see that I'm able to edit it or turn the moves in the Rubik's Cube. Now you can also rotate it like this. And now I'm just going to shuffle the cube. Now you can see that it is being shuffled. Next, I'm going to solve it. Now after it is solved, you can see that it shows cube is solved in a notifier, in an alert like this. There are many more things which you can do with this extension. So first let us look at this block. Set Rubik's Cube 1.set cube colors 2. And then over here you can add a list of colors like this, make a list, and then you can put some colors by going over here and adding it. So you can add the 6 colors in the Rubik's Cube and you can change it too using this block. Next, this block called Rubik's Cube 1.reset to initial state. What this does is this will put it to the initial state where it is solved. At the beginning of the app, you can see that it is solved. So it will reset the cube to the initial state where it is solved. Next, what you can do is you can also save the cube. So for example, let's say that the user will close the app and then when the user opens the app again, the cube needs to be saved. So for that you can use this block where you can save it in TinyDB or any other database you want to get it back. So to get it back, what you can do is you can use this block, restore cube, and over here in the string you can get the value from the database and put it over here, restore cube, and in the string like this. Next, we already saw this when Rubik's Cube 1.cube solved this event. So there's also another event called when Rubik's Cube 1.cube changed, which means that when the user is applied a move and the model is changed, you can do whatever you want over here inside the event. Next, this block will stop the animation in the Rubik's Cube, and then you can also set the rotation speed, you can set the background color for it, and you can also, as I told you before, you can set the cube colors and you can set the faces distance and the border color of the Rubik's Cube, the face border color, and there are many more options which you can try and test your app. Next, do you want to create a dice rolling game using MIT App Inventor? Watch this video and also watch my full course of MIT App Inventor over here.